今日のログインボーナスだ。
Welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. My voice does work again today. Actually, it never really stopped working. It just was going to probably damage my throat. If it starts to hurt, I'll be sure to switch over to text-to-speech or something later. Oh, speaking of, let me make sure text-to-speech is working. Okay, it does look like I remembered to set that up correctly.
もっとお日様に当たっていると気持ちよくてとろけてしまうな。これが雪だるまの気持ち。
So, we have a few goals today. One is we're going to be doing a guts run. But before that, we're going to do some of our dailies and our free pulls and possibly some additional pulls. We'll see. I have to do some math real quick here, too.
たこ焼きパーティーをするらしい。今度のクリスマスはタマの部屋集合だ。星の装飾いいだろう。見ているとこの輝きに勝る活躍をしなければと勇気が湧くんだ。
I can even find
ふとトレーナーも一緒に走っていると感じることがある。とても心強い感覚だ。このベルトすごいんだ。食べ過ぎてお腹が膨らんでも伸びるんだ。これでお昼もいっぱい食べられる。タマの家はクリスマスにたこ焼きパーティーをするらしい。今度のクリスマスはタマの部屋集合だ。
Remember now? It does seem like we've...
赤い衣装の早秀はサンタさんにそっくりだな。後ろから見ると特に。星の装飾いいだろう。
I just can't quite remember when we started doing this. Alright.
この輝きに勝る活躍をし。
I think we only have one pull left of the free pulls other than this one, but I could be wrong.
サンタさんにも漫画。
We have reached team rank S2, by the way. And if you look at my sprint racers here, I did do a first attempt last night offline of a guts run, and this Marzinski was the outcome. And these were the cards I used for it and everything. I did forget to use a hammer in the finals. That did cost me 5 to each stat, unfortunately. And I had... Except for the fact that I got a proc of Fast Learner, I had kind of below average luck on the run. I didn't really quite get the stuff I needed from the shop, and I got like some of the stuff I needed, but not others, to make the other stuff that I did get work right. And I didn't really have stellar luck with my summer camps or anything. I had like okay-ish workable luck. But I never did get a triple rainbow training for my guts rock or anything like that. So I'm confident it's possible for me to do better, even though that is now my highest ever scored Uma. Never have too many alarm clocks in this scenario.
みんなの先輩マルゼンスキーよ。ただいま限定セール中ですよ。お見逃しなく。
Alright, let's see how our, like, free and discounted pulls for the day go. Not much there. This isn't looking like much on this one. Yep, a whole lot of nothing. Okay, the first free pull was on the 18th. Two, three, four. Okay, so we have two more free pulls to go. Which would put us right at the very last day of this banner. So I am going to do a few pulls here. And what we're looking for is to pull... we've already gotten all the copies we need of the Admire Vega SR card. Enough that we've actually fully MLB'd it without even needing to use our crystal. So at this point, we're looking to get Narita Top Road. And we need a total of up to 2 more copies of her. I could use 1 copy and a crystal. But yeah. Not looking like we got any SSRs this time unless we get a surprise one. Surprise SR. I mean, as far as SRs go, that was an amazing pull, but I don't really need any of them. 50% pull rate on SRs is nothing to sneeze at. Hey, finally an SSR. And it's Air Shakur, who I think, if I remember right, is like the meme SSR to pull, where, like, if you pull that, you just got a terrible pull. Nope. No luck there either. Oh, SSR in this one. Hey, it's a Narita Top Road. Okay, so the temptation is strong. I really want to, like, finish this card and use it. But the right thing to do here is for me to stop pulling, do the rest of the free pulls, and then figure out how I want to proceed from there. Because I could either go to pity and MLB it that way, or I could end up using the crystal on it, or, depending on my luck with the last 2 free 10 pulls, I could just pull another copy and not need to do either. I guess I have other stuff to uncap too.
"頭のベルをタマがすごく気に入ってくれてな。ベルが鳴るおかげで私を見失わなくて助かるそうだ。ウマ娘メーカーのレベルが上がったようだ。
Oh, and I did already start the run last night, apparently. I didn't actually take any turns, but I did, like, select everything to get it started. Alright, so here's the career profile page, so you can see what cards, especially, that I'm using, but also, I'll give you a quick peek at my legacies here. I'm also going to be ordering some breakfast here. I have not eaten yet. Alright, yeah, we're definitely taking this guts training. Both because as a guts build, we do want to raise our guts facility by training on it as many times as possible. And also because we've got 4 characters in here, including our lowest bonded character who started at 0. So we definitely want this friendship beam. And the stat boost isn't terrible either. Not the best, because there's only 2 cards here, but speed is one of the 3 things that will potentially be clicking. Speed, guts, and wit are all viable clicks in this deck. And that is, of course, because we have speed, guts, and wit cards. Now that said, normally, if you're not running an actual guts build, even if you have a guts card in there, like if you're running Admire Vega, just for the 15% race bonus, in those cases, you would not be trying to boost up guts or be clicking guts. It's only when you're running an actual guts deck that you'll ever really click guts. Guts is a weird exception like that. Now this is intriguing. Hypothetically, these are the stats that I need the most, in that they are the ones that I'm actually trying to go after and cap during the run, and also the ones most relevant to sprint, which is what I'm trying to build this character for. However, I do need to do mile and medium races, and I expect to cap both of these stats through other means besides these events. So I'm actually going to choose stamina here to help me with those medium courses, because I have no other source of stamina other than these kinds of events, really, and like maybe books that show up in the shop. So what little stamina I can scrape together has a lot of value in terms of logistics for the run. Early speed and power also do help a lot with winning early races, of course, but when you come down to the overall health of the run and the overall ending score, I think choosing the stamina is going to be the higher option here. Alright. I think I go for this one just because of the skill hint, which will give some extra bond, which makes it almost effectively like 3 characters showing up. This one's fairly close with speed, though. I'm going to choose that because it's a useful skill, and also because Guts is not something I really need from events. I should be getting enough of it from my training and whatever books show up in the shop to actually cap Guts, hypothetically. I think I still go for this even though it's a 26% failure rate. If it does fail, I think I just restart the run. I definitely don't want to trade 10 energy for an extra 5 guts. That's very, very bad value for me. So we're gonna go with just 10 guts here because it's really the best of bad options. Okay, Wits is also a thing that we want to click. And it's basically free bond and a little bit of free stats. We don't especially want to click on power, but having some extra power doesn't hurt with early races, and it by far has the most units on it for me to get bond with. Alright, so here's how the decision making here plays out, right? Speed and Guts are both good things to have more facility on. Oops. Of the two, Guts is the more important for this deck, which gives Guts an advantage there. We have 3 units in each. The Reporter counts... It's not truly a unit. It can kind of count as like a half a unit almost, or a quarter of a unit. But it's not something that we actually need bond on for rainbows, so she's not that important. And she's kind of almost negligible, unless you need like a tiebreaker. Which, to be fair, is what we're trying to accomplish here, right? However, the other thing is these cards all have some of the highest bond I have currently on them. Whereas this batch has all the lower ones, including the lowest. So I am definitely going to click Guts here, not Speed. Because I want to even that up as much as possible to maximize the value of barbecue carrots. Oh, interesting. You either get energy or you get a 100% chance at practice perfect. Which I think I already got? Yeah. So definitely no reason for me to go for that. Energy and 10 speed. If I didn't have practice perfect, this would probably be worthwhile in most runs. But since I do, we're gonna go with this. Oh, another reason that I picked up the corner ability is keep in mind we are not running Kita-san Black in this deck. So I do not have a way of getting Professor of Curvature, or getting, what's it called again? Corner Adept, automatically by way of getting that. So, and I don't have a way of getting it from Kita-san's hints. So, this is kind of, like, pretty necessary to pick up here. Alright, pretty straightforward. Do another guts click here. And we did get our facility to level 2. Nimble Navigator, very, very good to have. Yeah, I guess we click guts yet again.
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。
行くわよ。晴れ渡るぞ。スタート。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな
We're just gonna watch the race play out for a second here while I communicate with my food order. Now, interestingly, we have enough race bonus that these stats went up by 5 instead of my usual 4. Yeah, we just really need to rest this turn. But before I forget, first, we're going to load our agenda. Now, this particular character also has a long in B, or a B in long, which means I can also potentially do the Ari McKinnons. Hi, Lord Miller! Welcome! Oof! Oof! Alright, this is another one of those cases where, like, we haven't made it to the first race yet. I haven't used any alarm clocks. This is not a good failure rate that I would normally accept, but I really want Bond on this unit, and we're looking at, 34...
I like
44...
best trainer in the world.
44 points of stats plus 7 skill points on this training. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Lord Miller. I may be about to send this particular horse girl to the glue factory, though. Alright. So if this succeeds, great. If not, we restart the run. Now I have put myself in a little bit of a precarious position here because I do not have enough energy to do both of these races as it stands. We just have to kind of give it a shot and see what happens. Shop refresh? More stuff? Energy? We're gonna choose the bottom option and hope for the -10, and hope that leaves us with a sliver of energy. We are still gonna choose speed over guts here, I think. Okay, so it did take all of my remaining energy, unfortunately. We did get some stuff in the shop. This would be really early to use kale juice. Unfortunately, though, these are all things that I want. I think we just have to risk doing a run with 0 energy here, unfortunately. We're taking a lot of risks. I wouldn't normally advise this. I also should have purchased skills, which I did not do. My bad. I shouldn't be struggling this much with this race. What is happening here? Here we go. Oh, wow. Hey, we weren't even punished for it. Awesome. Alright. Did I forget to buy stuff before it expired out? I think I did. Oh no.
注目の一番人気。これがキングの実力よ。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。
29 power.
さあ、始め
That
ま
ought
し
to
ょう。
help with these early
準
races.
備はすでに完璧よ。このキングのトレーニングだもん。当然。注目の一番。
10 late surgers. Rough.
これがキングの実力よ。
Okay, I do not want to end the event chain for this character.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないもん。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。交換ありがとうございます。はあ、き
Unfortunately, I think if I do this, I end up with not enough energy to complete all these. Oh wait, but I don't need energy for the hopeful stakes anyway. I can cheese it.
一緒に頑張ろう。一流の馬。
This is actually a little bit tempting for the bond, because I do really want Haru's bond up more. How am I doing in the shop at the moment? Nothing super critical.
一流のウマ娘は休養。
I may actually do this training.
なるほど。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないもん。ここは負けられない一番人気18番。この順位で満足できないのが私なの。ここは負けられない。この順位で
Oh, come now!
満足できないのが私なの。ここは負けられない。
There we go.
さすがキングでしょ。
Unfortunately, we are now out of alarm clocks.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそか。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。
The extra speed hopefully will help pull me through and not have more of those issues.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたの理解なさいな。
Do keep forgetting to use these darn hammers.
ここは負けられない。さすがキングでしょ。
Wow, more good stuff in the shop. Hi, Para! Welcome! Nice to see you. Oh, this is gonna be some real decision making. Okay, that stuff's all 6 turns.
How is training going?
I think we're off to a good start. It's hard to say. I'm having to make some tough decisions at the moment as to what I should be spending my coins on. They've had some losses that I was able to compensate for with alarm clocks, but I am now out of alarm clocks, so any more failures will be actual losses. Don't know if this is the right decision. Have 2 good luck charms already. It might be a better idea for me to get more guts weights instead. I mean, good luck charms are just generically useful, though. This is very borderline. I don't know what the right decision is here. There is a chance if I do this I get screwed and just don't see any more guts ankle weights. So I guess I have to go with that. I really hate to lose a good luck charm though. Oh boy. Okay, both of these trainings are good. The logic I'm going to roll with here is A, this will cost me energy and resources to take advantage of that I don't have a ton of available at the moment, whereas this one will give me energy and will improve my bond here, which is a long-term investment towards me getting triple rainbows on guts. So, or even more double rainbows. So, which also I have a short amount of time to get this unit up to orange level before I hit this stretch here of summer camp. So I think this is the right thing to do. If I had a cheap megaphone, I would probably use it for this training, but I don't. So we're just gonna do it raw.
一緒に頑張ろう。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利を見る。
Oh, interesting. Oh dear.
キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。
This I lose no matter what. I think I skip this race in order to do this training. Partly because I need the bond off of it. Is it good enough to burn these on? I'm gonna say no, but only because I'm in short supply. And I really want to make sure I have enough of them for summer camp. We pick up 39 stats here. I think we just get Haru up. Our bonds are now taken care of.
キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。
And here we just rest, I think.
このキングのトレーニングだもの。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんでしょうね。
Okay, I need to AFK briefly because my food is arriving. BRB.
キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。その権利は与えてないでしょ。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利をあげる。さあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。 の違いを見せてあげるわ。このキングのトレーニングだもん。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんでしょうね。このキングに不可能なんてないんだから。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利をあげる。歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。私はそう信じてるわ。このキングのトレーニングだもの。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんでしょうね。さあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。その権利は与えてないでしょ。歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。私はそう信じてるわ。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利をあげる。さあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。このキングのトレーニングだもの。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんでしょうね。歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。私はそう信じてるわ。
And we're back.
ここは負けられない一番。これがキングの実力よ。なんだ力が湧いて。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。
I think I ended up missing out on some purchases there. Unfortunately.
切に使ってくださいね。かく
注目の一番人気9番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。トリプルティアラの1冠目を制して見事桜の女王となってほしいですね。
Forgot to buy skills,
さすがキングでし
but fortunately we're not punished for it. Oh my gosh, so much to buy.
歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。私はそう信じてるわ。
I didn't even realize Haru gave you a skill. Alright.
いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに
Guess we have unruffled.
指示を与える権利はある。
It's not a very good skill, but it's a skill. I guess we have enough energy that we take this training.
一緒に頑張ろうね。
Sorry for the food crinkling sounds if the mic is picking those up.
キングの時間はただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。
ここは負けられない一番人気5番キング。
さすがキングでしょ。歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつか。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。 とうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。その権利は格の違いを見歩みを
ここは負けられない一番人気4番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。トリプルティアラの2冠目、歌手の女王の栄冠を勝ち取ってほしいですね。
18 raiders from Mr. Chifu have joined.
Whoa, 18 readers! Welcome, Raiders! Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the raid, Mr. Chifu. Nice to meet you. You caught me in the middle of taking a bite of breakfast.
LMAO.
Good to meet you all. I'm Yuki. I'm kind of a like retro indie cozy streamer. I play a lot of like simulation games, a lot of like old school JRPGs and tactical RPGs, and a lot of like pixel art kind of titles and weird little indie things. Definitely particularly also fond of like anything where you build some kind of village or castle. But lately, I have been playing a lot of Umamusume. And why not? It's basically a princess maker / racing simulator game.
Tree.
足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。
How's your experience with this scenario?
Well, so far I've been training a whole bunch of like double S rank Umas. I haven't made it up into like the UG tier yet, but I feel like if I got a really good run, it's possible that I could. The runs definitely take a lot longer, which can be a little bit rough, but besides that, it is a lot of fun because there is a lot of decision making to be made. And for sure, I'm making Umas that are like consistently about 2 tiers higher than what I was making before. Like, pretty much every run has been at least an S+. Whereas before I was kind of in the A+ to S territory.
Meow 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, longer run is annoying, but it's so fun having so much freedom in the scenario.
Yeah, and there's so much, like, interesting micro decision making. Okay. Here, I'm... sorry, my throat is clogged up with cream cheese. Here, what we are going to do is, because I have a Royal Carol juice and plain cupcakes waiting
Welcome,
to go,
Raiders.
when I get into summer camp here, I don't need to worry too much about energy. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead and take this wit training for the free stats. And that'll still leave me with more than enough energy to do this and have a little bit of energy going into summer camp.
一緒に頑張ろう。
Ramp up is definitely a skill that we want.
Always good having wit clicks in between the races.
I know, right? Now, is there anything I need
た
to...
だいまセール中
Oh yeah, I'm glad I double-checked the shop here. I do need to buy some stuff before it expires. Probably do want at least one set of speed anklets, just in case.
ありがとうございます。一流の馬娘が休養もおろそか
I
にしない
don't think... Yeah, I don't have any spare hammers.
そうなの。
注目の一番人気
In heading to bed now, GL with the stream and the
実力
career.
は完全に上
Thank
位
you
です
so
ね
much. Nice to meet you.
感動を痛感してしま
I
いま
hope
す
you have a good
最
rest.
も多くのファンの夢を背負っていますから見事グランプリウマ娘に輝いてほしいですね
Alright, we're gonna watch this one play out while I, have a little drink of water here and take some medication.
行くわよ。
今日に託されたファンの夢思いを力に変えて走るグランプリ宝塚記念虎視眈々と上位を狙っています3番人気はダイワスターレットこの評価は少し不満か2番人気はこの子メジロマックイーン威風堂々とスタートを待つのはこの馬娘ここまで無敗2冠馬娘キングヘイロー1番人気です
ゲートに入ってどの子からもいい雰囲気が感じられますよ
各馬娘ゲートに入って体勢整いましたさあゲートが開いた各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました
みんな集中してましたね好レースが期待できそうです
メジロマックイーンペースが速い期待通りの結果を出せるか1番人気キングヘイローミホノブルボン快調に飛ばしていきますさあ花に立ったのはミホノブルボンこのままリードすることができるか2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは15番さらに外17番少し離れて14番外からメジロマックイーン1コーナーからそして2コーナーへ向かっていきます先頭はミホノブルボン単身で飛ばしていきます続いて17番そのうち並んで15番少し離れて14番5番手にはダイワスターレット外からメジロマックイーンそれを見るように13番サトシーサーキングヘイロー少し後ろから川上プリンセスリバシーサーマーベラスサンデー向こう正面に入って先頭はミホノブルボン順位を振り返っていきます依然先頭はミホノブルボン続きました14番その後から15番そしてその外を回って17番メジロマックイーン
We're not worried, we're not worried. She is a late surger. She's not supposed to be in the lead
キ
yet.
ングヘイロー内をついて川上プリンセス1馬身差マーベラスサンデー2馬身3馬身開いて全のロブロイその後ろから10番後ろウオッカさらに3番5番続いている外18番後方2番手に1番11番最高峰だ第4コーナーカーブ
勝負どころ最後の直線へとかけていきます
メジロマックイーンここで抜け出したこの直線で勝負が決まるぞキングヘイロー外で足を溜めていますまだ1馬身以上の差があるぞここから捉えることができるのかさあこれから坂2側の舞台はこれから坂がある外を回っていったのはキングヘイローキングヘイロー並びかけてきた残り200 3番手争いはマーベラスサンデーミホノブルボン食い下がるメジロマックイーン先頭は依然キングヘイローやりましたキングヘイロー見事な走りで勝利を手中に収めましたお見事宝塚の主役を勝ち取
cutting it close there. A dramatic finish.
3着マーベラスサンデ
さすがキングでしょ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘。キング。一緒に頑張ろう。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。
Well, doing a summer camp training does hurt. But at least it wasn't a particularly important one. All clogged up. Oh no. Alright, I think that's a little better.
Well, 手伝ってくれる？手伝ってくれる？一流のウマ娘は休養もおろ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換？キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。一流。
Unfortunate that we couldn't get any even double, much less triple rainbows during summer camp, and we had no whistles to use.
ここは負けられない一番人気4番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。このレースに向けて
And it
しっ
has
かりと仕上がっ
left
てい
us
ま
a
すね。
little short on our target stat
心身のバラン
lines.
スも非常によく
Generally,
見
you
え
want
ま
to
す
be like 500 plus speed here.
これがキングの実力よ。 ますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたの理解なさいな。
注目の一番人気、
このキングが
Oh no! We were out of alarm clocks. Alright, well, that was probably the death knell for this run. You really, really don't want to fail G1s.
キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換し
I
ます
mean, we didn't even get any shop coins off of that. That's brutal.
ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなた一緒に頑張ろう。一流
注目の一番人気、4番。
さすがキングでしょ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさいな。
ここは負けられない一番。
この順位
Oh no!
私なの。
Yeah, stats were just a little too far behind, I think.
本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。レースばかりしていたら今度は自分の疲れに気づきにくくなる。
ここは負けられない。
まだまだ上を
We're just getting brutalized at this point. Yeah, unfortunately, this run is now straight glue. There's just no saving this one. If you get to the point where you're not able to earn shop coins reliably anymore, you're honestly just toast. Alright, I think we're gonna glue this run and start over, but I'll BRB.
キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。
And we're back.
赤い衣装の早秀はサンタさんにそっくりだな。
Now, I mean, if you really felt so inclined, you could force your way through to the end of that. Just to try and get whatever fans you could for your club and whatnot, but it would have been excruciating. At that point, I expect I would have failed basically every race moving forward.
あれは美味しかった。
私が
little extra bond for Haru here. Very nice off the bat.
さあトレ
Alright, I think in this particular case we wit because A, it is free, and B, it gets bond for Haru, who has the lowest bond.
なるほどキングの時間なるほど さあ見てなさい歩みをなるほどそれでなるほどさあなるほどそれで
These are not very good early trainings overall.
このキングの 見てなさい
You really want to see triple or better bonding.
キングの時間は行くわよなるほどこの時のために準備を重ねてきたんだもの
Yeah, we're behind on stats pretty early here. This could be a little rough. We're behind on stats and on bond.
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よお疲れ様ですトレーナーさん本日は何を交換しますか交換ありがとう一流のウマ娘
That does help a little bit, but it doesn't really quite get me there.
さあ始めましょう私の準備はすでに完璧よ行くわよ
注目の一番人気13番キングヘイロー。
I should have bought skills. That's my bad.
これがキングの実力よ。一流のお疲れ様です。トレーナーさん、本日は何を交換しますか？キングの足。
Accidental right click there.
本日は何を交換しますか？ ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は
ここは負けられない一番人気9番
This hurts a lot.
この順位で満足できないのが私なの。
I think I still forgot to buy skills. I get so distracted by the shop.
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。
Seriously?
軽やかに動かないだなんて。晴天の日。お疲れ様です。トレーナーさん、本日は何を交換しますか？ ありがとうございます。一流のウマ娘はキングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。晴天の霹靂ね。
Yeah, I'm inclined to just send this one straight to glue and start over. It's not worth my time.
この衣装をどう洗うべきか、それでフリークが悩んでいる。赤い衣装の流行
Or
り
the
は
potential additional alarm clocks I would have had to spend on me.
わなんだ、力が湧いて。さあ、とれ。なるほど。この木。行くわよ。 くわよ。一流の
Not off to the best start on this one either.
なるほど。キングのキングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流の
I mean, we're getting good skill hints at least.
歩みを止めなくさあ行くわよ。見てなさい。一流のウマ娘は休養。私以外に誰が言っちゃった。
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。このキングに不可能なんてないんだから。なるほど。
We're so far behind on some of these bonds.
歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。
注目の一番人気10番
行くわよ。
曇り。
If we fail this, it's glue and we start over.
ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利をあげる。格の違い。
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。このキング、お疲れ様です。トレーナーさん、本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。さあ始めましょう。キングの時間。
At least I'm remembering to check for skills. For now.
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。一流のおまむ。お疲れ様です。トレーナーさん、本日はキングの足が軽やかに動かない。なるほど。
注目の一番人気10。
これがキングの実力よ。一流のただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。
Somehow I didn't notice that the shop had
キング
reset.
の足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。晴天。
注目の一番人気
これがキングの実力よ。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものだ。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。はあ、キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。 なるほど。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。キングの足がただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。一流のウマ
Power and speed scrolls definitely help a lot with these early races.
あなたも理解なさいな。
Skills! I was supposed to get skills! I knew I was forgetting something.
さすがキングでしょ。キングの足。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさいな。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。レースばかりしていたら今度は自分の疲れに気づきにくくなる。
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。
I should not have this much leftover shop coins. That's actually a pretty bad sign.
ありがとうございます。大切。一流のウマ娘は
It means I'm not getting enough good stuff worth buying in the shop.
あなたも理解なさいな。 わよ。
And I'm so far behind on a lot of these bonds. My power to speed ratio is getting a little bit tilted here. I think... yeah, I use an energy, a 20 energy here. And I take the wit training. Need the bond so badly. So far behind.
一流の馬娘は休養もおろそかにしない。一流の馬娘。
注目の一番人気。
これがキングの実力よ。なんだ、力が湧いて。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流の馬娘。キング。
注目の一番人気。
Mile S is pretty nice, but other than that, it's so far behind on this run. If it weren't for the fact that I've been actually succeeding at races, I would have given up by now.
くわよ。
I'm just desperate for bond levels.
キングの足。お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。
I'm basically skating by on really good skills and insanely high power.
お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。一流のウマ娘はキングの足が軽やかに動かない。
ここは負けられない一番人気3番キングヘイロー。
さすがキングでしょ。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？
Getting just absolute garbage from the shop, for the most part.
足が軽やかに
That training megaphone was one of the first decent things I got. Like, I would like to take this training, but the reality is I won't have the energy I need going into summer camp if I do. And I have just, like, no energy items. I'll try one alarm clock on this.
ここは負けられない。
Mostly for science at this point. This is extremely dumb. All of these whistles have been awful. This isn't even close to where you want to be. At least I got an energy event.
ここは負けられん。
これがキングの実力よ。
Like, so nothing worth buying in here. Only mind that because this is a sprint G1 I'm about to do.
注目の一番人気。
And there's second place. I'll give it one more shot. If it doesn't get me to first, runs over. Yep, that's it. We're calling this one. Again, I should not have this much leftover shop coins. This is really rough.
私より早い馬娘たちがまだまだいると思うと胸が高鳴るな。
It is a good idea for me to point out at this time that a really good guts run is like a 1 in 25 chance. And about 1 out of every 5 or so of them are just going to be absolutely trash, at least. Or sorry, at 4 out of every 5. Off to a slightly better start this time in that we're at least getting like triple bonds pretty frequently. It went up by 7. Oh, I don't have charming. Weird. Hate to skip that one since it was a triple, but I didn't really want to take 28% fail chance there. Not a front runner. Sure. Wow, that is a whole lot of nothing. Worthless starting shop.
当のモチベ
And mood down.
合体技の練習だ。なるほど。担当のモチベーション管理もあなた
Alright,
の
well,
仕事
we're
でしょ
gonna try. We might have the stats to pull it off. If we can't get through these races and do something about this mood, we may end up gluing early again.
集中が続かないわ。
ここは負けられない一番人気。
これがキングの実力よ。
Alright, if we're lucky, we get the reporter event here and our mood goes up. Or we luck into some cupcakes. No reporter event. No cupcakes. Mood up though. That's good, that's good. I think we've got 2 levels there.
このキングのトレーニングだもん。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんでしょうね。
Interesting.
歩みを止めお疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。キングの才能を高める時間よ。あなたは思う存分。
I think the right move here is we give up on that guts scroll and we take this guts training because we really need the bonds.
一流の馬。お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？
Okay. Alright, we might have some potential here.
キングのじ
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。
We are not an end closer, so we definitely don't want the skill there.
このキングのトレーニングだもん。当然お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ ございます。大切に使ってくださいね。格の違いも見せてあげるわ。
注目の一番
これがキングの実力よ。このキングのトレーニングだもん。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。見てなさい。一流のウマム一流のウマ娘は
注目の一番人気14番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。
この
Aw, a second.
できないのが私なの。
Alright, I think this run so far is worth using some alarm clocks on if we need
注
to.
目の一番
これがキングの実力よ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。は
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。
You know what? I actually probably could have chosen the second one there and basically just gotten some free stats out of it. In this weird particular edge case, I mean. Because I don't need any energy for the late December race.
一流。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。キングのレースばかりしていたら
I mean, 100% could have done that differently.
多忙な私につきまとう問題よね。
注目の一番人気13番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。
さすがキングでしょ。
Alright, there's some good items.
セール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流格の違いを見せてあげるわ。いくわよ。このキングのトレーさあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。
注目の一番
これがキングの実力よ。いい気分
I
だわ。
forgot to use a hammer earlier. I
この
did.
一流のキング、ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。さあ始めましょう。一緒に頑張って。歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。その権利は与えて。
I think I actually go for an extra race this turn, because there are things that will expire out of the shop. So even if I need to skip this one as a result, oh well, it's probably worth it.
ここは負けられない。
この
Ah, second
で
place.
きないのは私なの。
ここは負けられない一番人
I didn't mean to click that. But since we're here,
気美しい。さあゲッ
wow, I'm way up in like Peace Chaser position. I don't think she activated a single skill there.
キングの時間はただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。このキングのトレーニングだもの。当然一流のメニューを考えてきたんだ。キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄にしてはダメ。その権利は与えてないでしょ。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。さあ、なるほど。
I took that training because I wanted to get my bond up, and I really didn't need anything from the shop at that point.
お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？
Okay. Alright, plenty of stuff worth buying now.
格の違いも見せてあげるわ。
Do want to remember to use my hammer.
キングの才能を高める時間よ。
ここは負けられない一番人気4番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。トリプルティアラの1冠目を制して見事桜の女王となってほしいですね。
さすがキングでしょ。一流のうまみ。お疲れ様です、トレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。キングの足が軽やかに動く。じゃあやりましょう。
注目の一番人気
Now, normally, like, if I were building her for a Sprint CM, I would not have probably gotten that gold skill. Especially because it's not a particularly good one. But, because I'm building her for Team Trials, the more stuff that can activate and get me points, the better. I forgot to use a hammer.
お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。さあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。歩みを止めなければ。
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。
Alright, good stuff, good stuff.
一流のウマ娘。お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。はあ、キングの足が軽やかに動く。
I think I take this speed training for the bond. This is the last character I need bond with.
行くわよ。
Or fine motion. I've barely made an attempt at being friends with her.
一流。はあ、キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。
Now we are going to burn a gold hammer here. Because I noticed that there's almost always at least one hammer in the final shop.
一流の
Often 2 or 3.
休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたの理解なさ。
And by then there's usually very little else to purchase.
注目の一番人気
さすがキングでしょ。お疲れ様ですトレーナーさん。本
We'll wait to see how the camp plays out to decide what else to buy.
一流の馬む 行くわよ。見てなさい。キングにできない。手伝ってくれる？一流の馬娘。
And this is exactly why I waited on the shop.
本日は何を交換しますか？ありがとうございます。一流の馬娘は休養もおろそかにし。
Alright, speed's at a more reasonable level this time. We shouldn't have as much trouble with these races. We just have to have any energy going into this race to avoid chance of bad effects. Oh no! Fourth place. Oh, we do have alarm clocks this time, so we are going to retry. And let's see if we can see what's going on, like, what's causing us problems in this race.
行くわよ。
秋の気配が近づく。
mean, could be worse, but oof. Even got a decent number of procs there.
ここは負けられない一番人気2番キングヘイロー。
行くわよ。
秋の気配が近い。スタート。
Still not quite first place, huh? Dang.
この状
Tough crowd.
できないのが私なの。
Alright. For this last attempt, we're gonna check real quick and see.
10番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。
She only has a
貫
B
禄
in
すら感じ
pace,
て
but
しまいます。
I have a
人気に応えて
feeling
秋のスプリント王者の座を掴ん
there's
でほしい
just
ですね。
so many pace chasers ahead of her that it's creating this wall that's really hard for her to penetrate. I think if we put her in pace chaser, she's going to have a much better chance. Even though a lot of her skills won't be able to proc, which is problematic. We're gonna gamble on it, chat. We're gonna try this long shot.
行くわよ。
秋の気配が近い。スタート。秋の
Oh, late start. Great. Yeah, that does not work well with the strategy I was going for here. Hey, it paid off. Only like one skill proc, too.
さすがキングでしょ。
It turns out having just a wall of pace chasers in front of you as a lead surger can be problematic.
"ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさいな。
I think the right move here is to
キング
rest.
の足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。
I think late October I get some free energy. Halloween gives you energy from all the candy, apparently. Alright, now I do need to remember to switch her racing type back.
18番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に上位ですね。
A ton of other late surgers I can deal with. She can be near the front of that pack pretty easily.
その素晴らしい走りを開花させてほしいです
At
ね。
least I hope so.
さすがキングでしょ。
Alright,
ざいます。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の
Well, I have plenty of cupcakes if need be. I might even pop one here just to be safe because they are so plentiful. And because I have been a little bit on the line as to whether or not I can win some of these races.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにし
注目の一番
さすがキングでしょ。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。レースばかりしていたら今度は自分の疲れに気づきにくくなる。
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。
Wow, lots of new items.
一流のただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。一緒に頑張ろう。
I guess if I were true high rolling, I would have gone for one of the risky events there.
注目の一番人気
この順位
Oh no! Second place!
私なの。
Well, the good news is we didn't actually need to win that one. In fact, it probably would have been wise for us to just skip it. didn't actually mean to click that yet, in any case. I think we do go for this training, though. Yeah, I think after we factor that in, we need this. Just because we don't have any really small energy items left to use with it.
ここは負けられない。
これがキングの実力よ。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流の
Do I use kale juice here? That feels so bad. Wait, what do we have available in here?
本日は何を交換しますか？
I think the right answer is I just rest this turn, unfortunately.
さあ始めましょう。私の準備はすでに完璧よ。格の違いをキングの時間は
注目の一番人気。
これがキングの実力よ。
I do need to... Yeah, I need to buy stuff before I run this race.
ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流の馬娘は休 休養もおろそかに。
ここは負けられない一番人気。
さすがキングでしょ。
Ooh, gold gold inspiration, not training.
力が湧いて。
Nothing too great there.
ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってください。一流のウマ娘は休養。キングの足が。
So scrapped for energy items, I keep having to rest.
キングの時間は1秒たりとも無駄に。
注目の一番人気12番。
Apparently I've never won this race.
実力は完全に上位ですね。
行くわよ。
上今スタートだ。
So long, suckers!
これがキングの実力よ。キングの足が軽やか。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。一流のウマ娘は休養。キング。
Oh, I have to remember to use hammers.
注目の一番人気。
さすがキングでしょ。一流のウマ娘はただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。 大切に使ってくださいね。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて。一流歩みを止めなければ必ず栄光はつかめるものよ。私はそう信じてるわ。
ここは負けられない。
さすがキングでしょ。
Now, if I have a really good summer, this is still savable, but I do want to point out that really good runs are usually at like 800, 900 speed by this point.
格の違いを見せてあげるわ。ただいまセールス。いい気分だわ。今ならこの一流のキングに一流の指示を与える権利をあげる。
700 is like bare minimum going into second summer.
注目の一番人気15番。
さすがキングでしょ。キング、ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使って一流のウマ娘。合体技の練習だ。一緒に頑張ろうね。
Definitely some options here. Okay, we've more or less recovered thanks to the weird set of trainings we had there. Not ideal, but we made them work. Hypothetically, we could still cap stats here. Potentially. Maybe not win.
貫禄すら感じてしまいます。このレースに向けてしっかりとし。
But at the very least, our stats are high enough that we should make it through to the end of the run without having serious losses. Oh, I've got 4 races in a row coming up. Halloween. I love it. Halloween is always peak, though. course. Must remember hammers. And you know what? Let me check skills too.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも
注目の一番人気
さすがキングでしょ。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。ありがとうございます。大切に使ってくださいね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさんな。キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。
I do use at least one more hammer here. Just because I'm fully expecting there to be hammers in the final shop.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。
It's a very small gamble.
レースばかりしていたら今度は自分の疲れに気づきにくくなる。多忙な私につきまとう問題よね。
注目の一番人気
さすがキングでしょ。
Now, I am at risk of multiple skin outbreaks here, which could be fairly devastating, but I do have a huge stockpile of cupcakes and also multiple skin creams, so I should be able to weather that if it happens.
キングの足が軽やかに動かないだなんて晴天の霹靂ね。一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしない。ただいまセール中です。キングの足が挑戦ならいいわ。
Oh, what I do not want to do though is do this race on 0 energy. That would be bad.
あなたも理解なさいな。キングの挑戦ならいいわ。でも手当たり次第にレースをすると
ここは負けられない一番人気16番
さすがキングでしょ。
There's that skin outbreak.
一流のウマ娘は休養もおろそかにしないものなの。あなたも理解なさいな。キングの足が軽い。ただいまセール中です。ぜひ交換していってください。
Oops. Wrong button.
ありがとうございます。一流の
Do I blow everything here for this one training? I don't think I do. It's not that good of a training. I think I need to rest, because otherwise I can't guarantee that I make it through the finals. I just don't have enough energy items. Alright, now we are going to try this arm McKinnon, because we do have the stamina for it. Especially with the gold recovery that we bought earlier.
Hi.
Hi there, Weasel! Welcome!
3番キングヘイロー。
実力は完全に
Let's watch the race on this one, because this is a little bit on the closer side compared to some of the others.
年末の中山である。スタートです。
Just got home from work.
Welcome home! I hope you have a good evening. Time for some rest.
Love to see a King Halo run.
This is a Guts build King Halo run, too. I am building her for Sprint Team Trials. And she managed to win along. That said, it's still a bit dicey on stats here. We'll see how it goes. I kind of need these 3 final training opportunities to be more or less flawless for me. And having some good stuff in the final shop would not hurt either. Not really what I was hoping for, but oh well. At least I got the 3rd hammer. Not really an ideal training there, but take what you can get sometimes. Hammers! Must remember hammers! Alright, that's better than what we had.
I have a bad habit of hoarding my megaphones and then rushing to use them in the last few turns.
Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. Like, as long as you don't have too many to possibly use like I do. Question is, do I consider this the best training that I'll get and blow everything I have on it? And if I do that, is it possible for me to reach the goals that I need to reach? I think I do have to consider it to be the best guts training I'm going to get. And then I just have to do speed in the final turn and hope that it's good.
Fingers crossed.
I know, right? Either way, this run is far from optimal. Alright, I get another 32 to all stats after the final race. Yeah, there's just no way I make it. Oh, not even close. Alright, 20... It's another 12... 37... Yeah, just did not get there on this run. I did the best I could with what I had, but I just never got those rainbows. Yeah, no bueno. Miho got double S rank with over 17k rating. Still my highest rated King Halo.
一流にふさわしい結果ね。あなたも誇りなさい。
Completely failed run.
「またカフェ巡りをしたいな」「ふわふわのパンケーキ、あれは美味しかった」
達成。確認を忘れずにな。
500 career playthroughs completed.
頭のベルをタマが。
これからも彼女たちと競い合っていきたい。そしてイベントミッションはこちらですわ。マイペースでこれからも。よし。
星の装飾、いいだろう。見ているとこの輝きに勝る活躍をしなければと勇気が湧くんだ。
Our team rank is up to S2, by the way.
皆さん頑張りましょう。負けない。
New all-time high score for me.
In one good email away from A1. Slow and steady wins the team trails, hopefully.
I hope so. Good luck. I've now replaced all my aces, and I'm working on my other tiers. Also, it's not quite online yet, but in addition to the daily 10 draw, I did a couple of extra polls. And where did it get off to? Here we go. Narita Top Road is now one card from being MLB. And I do have a gem I can use on her if I really need to. But I'm going to see, first off, if any of the remaining free pulls end up getting me another copy of her. And from there, I'll decide if I want to keep pulling or if I want to use the gem on her. Because the thing is, I also have Super Creek, and if I use both of the selector tickets and the gem I have now, I can get her up to 3. If I use a 4th one as well, then I can get, like, if I use the next crystal I complete as well, I can get her up to 4, or fully MLB. And then I don't have to worry about Super Creek anymore.
頭のベルをタマがすごく気に入ってくれてな。
So from that perspective, it might be worth it for me to finish pulling
私を
on
失わなくて助かるそうだ。
I forgot her name already. Narita Top Road, NTR.
この衣装を
Until
どうもらうべきか
I get that final
それで
copy.
クリークが悩んでいてな。何か力になれない。
いらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりご覧ください。
I'm already 8 shards into my next, crystal. And I never did end up needing to spend my gold one on, Admire Vega. How am I doing on statues? Not great. I've burned a ton of them.
レース中ふとトレーナーも一緒に走っていると感じることがある。とても心強い感覚だ。サンタさんのトナカイ
Please
とは
remember to donate your
一度競
shoes.
ってみたいな。またカフェ巡りをしたいな。ふわふわのパンケーキ、あれは美味しかった。
Alright, I'm going to set up another run for her later, but I'm not actually going to do it right now. I unfortunately have to get off and do other stuff. I've been playing far longer than intended, thanks to a couple of failed runs in a row there. Now also, ideally, although the, skill that you get off of Eco Pegasus is a sprint skill, it would still be better for me to be running NTR here if I could. Purely because she brings the, additional, power point, that Biko does not bring. They're otherwise pretty evenly matched, though. Alright, thank you so much everyone for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time on Yukikaze Gaming. If I get enough done, there might be another stream later tonight, but the odds are pretty low. More likely I'll be back tomorrow.
Bye bye, Yuki3.
Bye bye! Thank you so much for coming.
Candle は快眠効果があるらしい。だが気をつけろ。近づきすぎると赤鼻のトナカイになってしまうぞ。サンタさんのトナカイとは一度競ってみたいな。 さぞ早いんだろう。レース中ふとトレーナーも一緒に走っていると感じることがある。とても心強い感覚だ。イベントをやっているようだ。
And reading that person doesn't seem to be working for some
してみ
reason.
てはどうだろうか。この衣装をどう洗うべきか、それでフリークが悩んでいてな。何か力になれないものだろうか。
Bye.
Just keeps giving me an error.
タマの家はクリスマスにたこ焼き
Alright, we'll try and read someone else instead.
今度のクリスマスはタマの部屋集合だ。
Already reading them? Why does he keep saying that?
サンタさんにも満開の桜を見てもらいたいな。きっとクリスマスの疲れも吹き飛ぶと思うんだ。